Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday evening here in sunny Austell. Wanted to just shoot my weekly video. I have a commitment to do one video a week for the rest of the year. That's approximately, roughly about 23 videos. So this is my video for the upcoming week. So the title of my video is um, "The Moment My Life Changed." What was the anticipation? What was the turning point? And what made the biggest difference? Um, just so you know a little bit about me, I grew up in a small town in southeast Georgia. I came from a relatively good family, mom and dad and everybody, small town. I wanted to do some big things as I was growing up. Didn't have a lot of, I had plans, much like any younger person, get out of high school, go to, at that time it was either go to college, go to the military, and those were, or go to New Jersey, which I decided to do. Didn't didn't feel like the military was somewhere for me. At times, I'm so have so many cool people that are in my circle that are military that I said, wow, I probably should have went there as well. And that's all in hindsight. I have some great friends, uncles, cousins, people I work with, and people I socialize with. So our military rocks, whatever branch of service you're in. I've been blessed to be a part of knowing people who have served. So I just want to take this moment to say thank you. And after I got out of high school, I decided to go to New Jersey. That was kind of the norm for my family, so I did that. I went to New Jersey. Thank God for family. Had a sister. Well, I had two sisters. I had three sisters, as a matter of fact, and I didn't have an uncle because he had came back. Well, I stand corrected. He was there when I first got to New Jersey. So a lot happened growing up. Is the thing I wonder as I look at in retrospect, or I look at I guess from a top side view, the things that I was privy to when I was in my maturation process, um, or unlike what's happening now because of technology. You have a lot more as compared to cell phone, no cell phone, internet, no internet, all the things that make this society do what it does right now. So I didn't have all those things. So as I look at that, I am reminded of how far we've all come, and how far we've made a journey to be where we are today. So as I continued to mature in the process, I went into the retail baking industry. I became a master baker. I have to say that slowly because sometimes it comes out sounding a little different. So, and what's interesting is that when I was doing it, and I'm talking about I was in my early 20s, so I was not that enamored with it. I looked at it as a job, but actually it could have been a great career if I would have applied myself. But that's not what this story is about today. It's about the moment my life changed. And I've had a lot of things leading up to that, and being young and being in the Northeast and stuff, moving from Southeast Georgia to Northeast New Jersey, and being up there with friends, family, and I was learning a lot out of school, and just life was fun. It really was back in those days. It really was. It's probably fun for you now, I would hope. So as I matured in this process, I I was able to meet some cool people. I met a man named Herman Anderson. He was from Memphis, Tennessee, and he was married. And as a matter of fact, we became such good friends. I joined the family because I married his sister-in-law. So that's how that went. So a lot was going on. Whatever age you're at, especially when you're younger, um, just enjoy life. Sometimes, they expect you to have everything figured out at 21, 22 years old. That's amazing if you do. But the key here that I will say that I want to make sure that, you remain teachable. And even as you get older, remain teachable, especially when you're younger. Because here's the thing, if there's a name for it, someone else has done it. And I want to say that at that time, in retrospect, as I look back, I could have learned a lot of cool things from if I was just a little bit more patient and a little bit more tolerant and teachable. So as I continue to mature and go through stuff, I went through job changes, and eventually I left the retail baking industry and I went to work for corporate America. Because at that time, I was younger, and I said, well, I need benefits because that was real prevalent growing up at that age and time. Benefits. I got to have benefits. Got to have insurance. I got to have 401k. Got to have all these things, and I was able to acquire all those things with getting hired with a company called Unilever, was called Best Foods, and CPC International, and that's going back in some days. So as I fast forward to this process, it was a time in there where I had went through some changes. I went through a real dark time in my life. I was hanging out with the wrong people. I started to make the nightlife my night and day life, if that makes sense. So I started hanging out and started to be around the wrong people, quite frankly. And if you're at that age, and at any age, you can still be around the wrong people. If they don't accentuate your positivity, they don't make you better, they don't improve your life, and they're not trying to raise you to another level of thinking, you may be around the wrong people, no matter what that might look like. It can be friends, family, loved ones. Your goal, or our goal should be to always work on getting better, just a little bit better every day. And so as I back up and talk about that kind of that dark moment, that jumping off point where it was pretty tough. Only by the grace of God that things didn't get worse. There was no incarceration. There was no anything, jail or anything like that. But I certainly lived a very rambunctious lifestyle. I'll say that. So I came very close to losing pretty much everything, and I guess at that moment I did lose everything. And but after I lost everything, God started to reveal those things back. I know that I do try to practice because not being super religious, but quite frankly, I do believe that no one gets here on their own. I think I may have shared that before, and we're all we got. So in this situation, just to show you how important that is. So I went from the darkness to the light because I was in the light, but I went to the darkness because of my behavior and the people I was hanging around with. And so it affected my life in a very non-productive way, I'll say that. So that moment and that block of time, and that was almost 37 years ago. I was real fortunate that I didn't, go to where I wouldn't even be here today. I'll just say it like that. I'm real fortunate. I'm real fortunate that I may have given up on myself, but God and my family and people who had my back didn't. So if you got somebody in your life that's got your back, stay focused, stay vigilant, and pay attention to where you're going, because We don't get a second opportunity in life sometimes. Life is made to live moving forward, but understand looking backwards, like looking over my journey that I've been on. So at that point, when going from the darkness to the light, see, I didn't even understand all of that. But I can truly say that was one of the biggest moments in my life that changed it forever. And I've been 37 years on the other side of that, and like I said, a lot of things have happened even in the light. I've lost family, I've lost friends, loved ones, I lost a spouse, I lost, a brother, I lost my dad. I lost a lot of people. But once you get to a point and you have that jumping off point, you can always go back to where you've been. It's important to A, understand where you've been, and B, that can tell and make your process moving forward. No one gets to do things. We don't get a do-over, let's say. Sometimes we get a second chance, which means that, if you're a decent person, or sometimes, there's been a little favor in your life, you get a chance to make amends, or let me not do that again. Let me get better. So that point in my life, which was in August of 1989, I'm dating myself. That was quite a while ago. It's still a memorable moment because, hey, dude, I was, ladies and gentlemen, it was really on the dark side because I never imagined myself being in the situation that I was in. I was in a situation that, I was destitute. I was hanging around with the wrong crowd, and I asked myself, even years later, years, as a matter of fact, why did anyone come and try to rescue me? Why didn't they come and let's save him? He's one of us, and the family, and at that time, mom or dad or somebody, all these big time people I thought I was around, and I was real fortunate to be around all these cool people, pastors, deacons, uncles, a whole litany of people. But I was real fortunate. So that moment was the turning point in my life, and how I know that you can go from the light to the darkness back to the light, because of that, everyone has a light in them. And for me, I diminished my light by doing things outside of my character. I diminished my light by living a life that wasn't conducive to longevity. I dimmed my light by, not being the best version of myself. I dimmed my light by not serving God and pleasing God and serving His people. We all are put on this earth for a purpose, a time, and a mission. So that turning point, and when it happened, I didn't realize it. I just kind of took it for granted and just started in this new life, and here we are today, And this is 2026. I am so fortunate to be here, but that was a turning point in my life. If you had a turning point in your life, if you're at a point where you don't know which way to go, the thing that might help is to ask for help. Ask for help. You don't have to go fly. You don't have to be languishing on the vine, as they say. You can ask for help. They have so many resources today. I can be one of them because, I just put that out there, and I lost my way. I was off the path to the success in my life, but the Most High, God, the Almighty, guided me back in, and I haven't left since then, and I hope to see a lot more days in my life, but we're here today, and I just want to say, hey, it's awesome to be here. So that was a turning point in my life. And another turning point in my life after I stopped, after that major point in time, that was a second major point when I discovered personal development and personal growth. because for a long time I felt I just got in life and I just got in sync with what I thought was a successful life, which is, the 40 club, they used to call it, 40 hours, $40,000 a year, 40 years, and hey, the 40 years did go by, but at this time, I feel I'm just getting started because now I can understand where I'm going a little bit more based on my experience of where I've been. So for anyone that's on a journey, everybody's on a journey, whether you think so or like you're on a journey, you're on a journey of self-discovery. But when I discovered personal development, that was a second turning point. It was more than one. That was one major one. So I was able to get in position to really, please God and serve His people. And that's what I'm here today to do. We are all a gift. And we live in the present, which makes it an even bigger gift. So, whatever your turning point was, whatever it is, please feel free to share it. I know mine's with that. I am so happy about life. I'm so happy about being able to make this video, to continue to do this. One of my people I admire, I admire a lot of people, like, wife, sisters, brothers, aunts, cousins that have done a lot of things. My children even that, they've been able to conquer some battles even in their younger days. So hopefully I can be a beacon of hope to them. I'm going to do my best and keep an open mind. And like I said, to please God and serve His people. And by doing that, I think I'm finding some additional purpose to the purpose that I was sent here to do. Whatever purpose that you've been able to do, however you see your vision for your life, don't ever quit. That would be the final thought here. Don't ever quit. Surround yourself with the right kind of people, because here's the thing. We attract from the inside out who I am, my walk, my talk, the people who I'm around, all those things matter. And so if you have a person that's trying to get to the light and be a servant, and some people are trying to be served all the time, and we have that side too. So whatever position you find yourself in, we have to make sure that it's not where I'm at that matters, it's where I'm going that counts. Because where you're at can change at any given moment. It's up to you. So that was several of my key moments. I didn't realize so many as I make this video, but the passion and perseverance and the consistency it takes to continue to build and continue to look at myself and continue to have gratitude for so many things. I have gratitude for you being here today. I have gratitude for the fact that my voice is able to work. I'm able to see. I'm able to walk, talk, listen. It's a lot to be grateful for here. And so that concludes this part of the process for me. But I'll be back, and I hope for you that you be as blessed as you can handle, and you get everything in life you deserve and more, because I certainly feel that our time is now, and I thank you for yours. Thank you, and bye for now.